Previously on MaudeWorld.
This woman keeps following us.
You are the ones who took charge of this. You are the ones to blame for this situation. I will be speaking to Count Tresilvo about this.
I'm sorry about your son. We're going to find him for you.
I have made it quite clear in my report that I am the one that is responsible for this mess.
I apologise for the roughness of my personality, Inspector.
Keep one eye open.
Right, shall we go speak to Carol then and get our payment?
Who is it?
Damerus, Silverthorn, and his companions.
There are all of your earnings. That leaves you with 105 gold pieces as standard. Got another job for you all. The cloudburst is coming up, as I'm sure you know. One of those things that needs doing is creatures that people fight need to be brought in. I have a contact up in Corvoshold, that's in the Durmandan Clanship, just north of here. He said to meet in a tavern in Corvoshold called the Maker's Grail. Travellers, greetings and 12 blessings to you. Please come and join me by the fire. Friends, please, come and join me by the fire. I could use the company.
Who are you? Mr. Fireman.
Call me Ren, friend, Ren. I'm a travelling minstrel of sorts, shall we say.
Have you got any food?
I think I've got some food I can share with you.
Oh, I like him. Let's sit down.
Why would you trust us?
I've already got down off the car.
Why wouldn't I trust you, friend?
Because we're strangers in the night with weapons and it's dark and scary.
I can handle myself, friend, don't you worry.
Can I insight that?
Sure, go ahead.
21.
21, what were you trying to determine?
What was, like, did I see any flickers across his face when he said, "Why would you trust us?" Like, any murderous intent?
Did he twiddle his
That's
mustache?
actually his band name. Isn't it?
Murderous intent!
Climb aboard the murderous intent train. No, he seems genuinely open, genuinely very enthused to see you all.
Trustworthy.
We really have
Make
trust
an insight check.
issues as a party.
Sorry?
We really have trust issues as a party.
Some of us do.
18.
I'm already sitting at the fire.
18.
Isn't this a nice lad?
Breaks on fire.
He doesn't, he just seems like a. You don't see any sort of inherent reason not to trust him at this stage. Like he just.
You have to
Right.
forgive my friends. They've been hurt before.
Oh, I quite understand that, friend. What's your name, there, friend?
Dickensian, but Drake to my friends.
Drake it is. Call me Ren.
Pleasure, Aaron.
And you see, as you join him by the fire, he's quite a young man, clean shaven, light brown hair.
He's a human, sorry.
Human, yes. And he's wearing travelling cloak, travelling gear, and you can see by in sort of amongst his things, he appears to be travelling on foot. You can see a whole bunch of different supplies, including what looks to be like a lyre.
Where
He
you
did
off-
say he was travelling minstrel, didn't he?
Where are you off to then, friend? And I come and join him by the fire.
Heading up to Corvoshold, friend. What was your name, by the way?
Herb.
Herb
My
Ren.
friends call me Grandad.
No, I call you Grandad.
My grandson calls me Grandad. Everyone else calls me Herb.
People who feel
Herb it is.
vaguely weirded out by you call you grandfather. They're not actually your grandchildren. I just want to establish that as many times as needed.
As necessary.
It's more than you'd think.
And a lot of people coming, what are you doing up there? Get down!
He likes to climb things.
Really? Wouldn't have thought of that from a man your age.
You don't know how old I am.
But he can
How
see it
old
on
are
your
you?
face.
I don't know how old I am.
He's 100.
Wait. 147.
I don't know how old I am.
He's just giving you a compliment because he's actually 2 years older.
He's 149.
Hey.
Huh?
I'm 149.
Why did you think?
Oh, Lord.
You look great for your age.
I have to sit with his elbows on knees and head in hands and just...
We go through this once a month.
Friends, please come over. It's not the sort of night to be travelling out here in the cold.
Then
Why
why
are you
doing
travelling
it?
on your own?
I travel the world, friend. I travel around. I'm a people person. I like meeting people.
Eating people.
Yes.
I don't think we should camp here.
Meeting people, friend. Meeting people. Not eating people. I only did that the once. Kidding. What's your name?
I'm Vela.
Vela, I'm Ren.
Hi. Do you play that?
Oh.
Pointing at the lyre.
Oh, yes. Oh, I play it. I play it damn well.
Can you play it now?
Of course I can. And he takes the lyre, starts to play, and it's you wouldn't expect this from such an instrument, but he starts plucking away, and it's quite a jaunty sort of upbeat tune. It's a welcome sound on this cold mountainous road.
Oh, music is pointless, joy is pointless, the best days are behind us, death comes for us all!
Easy, Grandad. You'll forget in about 10 minutes.
Is he alright?
I used to see his birthdays.
Imagine that Drake has like a 99th birthday every year and no one tells him.
I'm sorry, friends, I didn't catch your names.
My name is Damerus.
Damerus, pleasure.
Forgive us for not wanting to come and join you straight away. It's, these are dangerous times, eh?
I was literally about to say, these are dangerous times, friend. I completely understand. But I can tell you this, there's not really going to find any much better shelter up ahead, so here is probably fine. What was your name, friend? I didn't catch it.
Esther.
Esther, I'm Ren. Nice to meet you all. Please. Takes a swig of wine. Where are you from? Where are you headed to?
While he's talking, can I try and see, firstly, if there's any marks on his wrist, and secondly, if there's illusion hiding any marks on his wrist?
Make an intelligence check.
No. Less than 10.
Okay. You can't discern any particular illusion. Doesn't seem to be any particular, no particular strange markings that you can see.
Okay, thank you.
I'm from Grenmar.
You're from...
Well, I grew up in Grenmar. I'm not technically from there. Yeah.
Really? So where are you from?
People have said I'm from the Feywild.
Really? And he leans in and is like, now that is an interesting story. Feywild. Yeah. You do have that sort of look about you, I must say. Do you remember it at all?
No. Nothing. I just remember throwing my pencil in the air. Popping into existence.
We've all done that, friend.
Just popping into existence. Just in the middle of a field somewhere. It was weird. I don't remember anything else before that.
That's funny. What about you, friend?
Sorry, step back a bit. Why is that funny? She came out of nothing.
It's
How does that happen? This is like the no tongue thing all over again.
the no tongue thing.
It's one of our rules.
we met a chap with no tongue, and well, we all noticed, and our friend here didn't. And we decided not to tell him because we were in present company, or polite company, shall I say? And
They weren't that polite.
No, they weren't that polite, but we were supposed to be polite-ish in their company. But and then our friend here noticed, and then asked why we didn't tell him.
Yeah, well, it feels like something that would come up. Like if I met someone who had no tongue, that would be the first thing I would be saying.
Well, yes, they certainly
Wouldn't be
saying.
the first thing. Wouldn't be the first thing they would be saying.
He's fun. I like him.
Well, he's sharing his food with me, so I like him too. I'm from the south, actually. I can vaguely remember my backstory, which I can't. It's something somewhere. I've got all of my stuff written. I don't have any of the stuff that what you might call the DM would have told me. But somewhere to the Southlands. I tell him kind of the village, the town where I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I basically just wandered around helping people. And then came across my granddad. That was a pleasant surprise a few years ago. Thought he was gone.
But I wasn't.
Well,
No, he wasn't.
no, you've lasted well, friend.
Ah, that's what I always say. That's because I'm 120 years young.
Yes, granddad.
Stronger than ever.
120 years young. Good to see you got that attitude there, friend.
Yes. If I was any older than that, I'd be absolutely distraught.
I see what you mean. That's impressive. I mean,
Thank you.
I've seen. I mean, you're welcome.
Oh, seriously, no, he kills people.
I break bones.
No, that's especially impressive.
Right? That's the only reason he's still around.
Hmm.
Can't get rid of him.
That's really interesting.
Don't worry, it's only when people play music too much.
You're funny. You're funny.
She doesn't do jokes.
Then that's even more impressive.
This is what you do, right, when you tell a joke. I don't know.
No, you're thinking of mime. There we go.
She's quite a performer, is Esther.
She could open for you. Give you your support act.
That's quite forward. I'm 16.
Very.
He's not ready for that.
He is a funny man.
Yes, he is. She's not bad herself.
No, evidently not. Oh.
I tried to teach her social cues. This is more for us than it is for anyone else.
Fine weather we're having.
Well
Come
done.
on. Very good.
Small talk as well. It's a whole thing. We've got a book.
Sure.
I'm going to go over here now.
Well done.
Walks off a small distance.
I'm gonna go and see if the horses are okay.
Okay.
So they've just been left with the cart, so I'm just gonna be like, "How are you?"
How about this?
Cold.
Ah! I come running back to him. The horses are cold.
Then bring him closer to the fire.
I run back to the horses and just bring them a bit closer.
Do you detach
Not
them
too
from
close.
the cart?
Yes,
Or,
yeah.
Okay. And they sort of wander over.
Oh no, we have flammable horses.
Probably, I don't know much about horses, but you probably want to tie them off to a rock or something so they don't
They'll
go
be
on.
fine. They're not going anywhere.
I mean,
Fine.
they might. They're horses.
That is
Go-
what they're for.
Going where?
Yeah, exactly. We're fine.
But there's like a rock slide or something. They get scared and they wander off.
Well, hungry.
Yeah, that too.
Fine, we can tie them up.
I'm not telling you we tie them down. Just give them a little bit of strength stuff like. The way you're acting is if, oh well, okay.
Hog tie these horses.
They ain't going nowhere.
Is she talking to those animals?
Yeah, she does that.
Yes.
You should see her with a pigeon.
Pigeon?
And to seagulls, actually. That was something else.
You people have a lot of stories to tell.
Just lots of parts of one story, really. We're an eclectic bunch.
I like that.
Aren't all stories just one part of one big story?
That's not as deep as you think it is.
Past that, part to sleep by the fire.
Curls up.
Yes, but He's not wrong, you know.
Well, I suppose.
Esther wants to, having walked off, wants to kind of hide herself behind some rocks and watch out and just see if this guy is going to try and cast any magic on them.
Okay, first of all, make a stealth check.
Is that a glorious euphemism?
I just picture you like Gollum, like in the shadows, like.
Not excellent. That's 10.
10.
Average.
11.
11, okay. And make a perception check. Please to look out for.
No! Well, that's a natural 1.
You're asleep.
Plus 3.
Natural 1, okay. So, you sort of, it's quite a, like I said, it's quite sort of a large sort of opening. It's not exactly a cave, it's just like there's actually, but it's a strange sensation because there's actually a roof over your heads, so to speak. And the fire is kind of like, the smoke is drifting out into the open. So there's not too many places to hide, but you sort of go back around the corner from whence you came and just try to start watching everybody. And you're just, like, you kind of just get distracted a little bit by the fire because it is very cold and you are rather tired.
And is it just to get a better understanding of where we are? So is it a cave that they're in, or is it just an outcropping? Like,
it's kind of, imagine a it's kind of as if a large sort of chunk of the rock has been carved out. It's not it's not sort of an actual cave. It's kind of just like it's a very large plateau that is covered over by the rest of the
so there's not
mountains.
Like
it's a pseudo roof.
Ooky spooky darkness behind them.
No, you can, like, even with your natural 1, you can see this entire area.
Cool.
The only places you can't see are obviously just round corners.
Cool.
But yeah, you keep watch, and Ren turns to you and goes, "Do you know what she's doing?"
Her? No, I find it best not to ask. It's normally harmless, and if it's not, something will happen and I'll go help. Be fine. She's a good sort. It's all well mean, I can tell you that.
Yes.
Well, I think that's the important thing. So, the night continues.
I heard a portion of the minute.
Fair enough.
He's asleep.
The night continues. You eat, you drink, you sort of swap stories with Ren. He seems very, his sort of interested attitude sort of continues throughout the night. And sort of at some point, sort of as the sun has sort of properly gone down now, and the fire is starting to get a bit low. As you're going through and swapping stories, he's like, I've got one. Have you fine folk ever heard of the Guathrine?
A little bit, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, right, yeah.
You're great at?
Good evening, grandfather.
Had a terrible dream.
What was this
What
one
was
about?
it?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Alright. It's not
Well,
the one where you're wearing socks and sandals, is it?
That's my favourite dream.
Oh, sorry, that's my nightmare.
I'm sure you'll remember in time.
Yes.
The Guathrine. Well, now let me tell you. I've been all over the place. I've been everywhere. I like to think of myself as a man of the world. Traveled all over the place, and you hear lots of stories about different people. Now the Guathrine. Some people say he's one person. Some people say he's many people at once. Some people say he's a title that's been passed down over the generations. Me? I'm not sure what to think. I think it makes it a more interesting story that way. But if you don't mind, and he takes his lyre, and he starts playing another sort of jaunty tune that you can't sort of help tap your toe to it a bit. His hair was black, his eyes were green, they called him Gwathrin. His sword was sharp, his eyes were keen, they called him Gwathrin. He gives folks coin when times are lean, they call him Gwathrin. The greatest hero you've ever seen, they call him Gwathrin. Huh?
Very good.
Something I'm working on. It's not finished yet, and needs some refining out, but something I'm working on anyway.
Should probably be called him Gatrine though. Didn't he disappear? Well, I understand he's disappeared about 30 years ago.
Really?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this I'm going to show him the pendant I've got. This was
No.
well, I was going. Well, I lived around where he was. He was a bit of my inspiration, so I was going around and trying to help people. And they gave me this. One of the people I saved couldn't claim me or anything like that, so they gave me this, and it kind of stuck. So I got a nickname to Guatrino as a kind of little bit of an homage sort of thing. But yeah, he's I think he's something to his
Can I see
style.
that?
Oh yeah, here you go.
Huh. Hands it back and and he gets out a parchment and rusty sort of quill and starts making notes. Huh. That is really interesting. I will forever be amazed at the smallest in the world, huh?
Right. Yeah. But,
Is that your song?
Yeah,
Is it new?
to my knowledge.
I think I've heard that song before.
Really?
Well, Guatrine was famous around where we're from, and you've had a fair few years under your belt, Grandad. You probably heard it from someone there.
Yeah.
Maybe I... He sort of starts just writing a few things down. Huh.
Maybe just the lyrics are familiar.
Maybe. Good to know. I'll think about it. Anyway. He yawns and, it has been a pleasure talking with you all. But, time's getting on. I'm gonna go to sleep. I've got an early start tomorrow.
Which makes you hearing Corvoshold.
That's the one?
Is that towards where we're heading as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome to ride Dark Heart tomorrow if you like. I'll save the trip, we're going the same way.
We would hate to impose. I'm sure you have your plans already.
It's just going out for mine.
I've just been miming my way to the group.
Hello over
Wasn't
there,
a
you
real
cold?
rock.
No,
You look pretty cold.
no.
Ester, come on. You catch frostbite over there.
Wanders over. Sits behind Drake. If you insist.
He's fine. He's a lovely chap, but I'll be honest with you. I'm not big enough to stop anything coming at you.
You know what? I'll have a think about it. But appreciate the offer.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Sleep time.
And you. Good night. Drake, Villa, Damerus, Ester, Herb. I remember those names. And he goes to sleep.
Ren will remember this.
Not anymore.
Very good. So,
I'm sleeping.
do any of you wish to keep watch?
Yes. We'll keep watch.
He's not sleeping.
Herb is not sleeping.
Sort of staring.
You already slept for 4-5 hours.
Yeah. Are we going to do several watches or just?
I'm happy to have people relieve me.
Yeah. I'll
If
do-
someone
In
wakes-
watch.
Oh, all right.
No tongues!
That's the rule.
The golden rule.
House rule.
You always say that.
15.
15. Okay.
Yeah. I will watch if someone wakes me up.
Yeah, I'll take second watch.
Alright.
Before going to bed, I just want to come over to her and be like, "Are you okay?"
Oh, don't worry about me, dear. I'm just troubled by... You know when something's on the tip of your tongue and you just can't... Never mind. Sleep well, dear.
Okay. I'm gonna find the gold piece that you gave me ages ago and be like, I didn't give it back. You gave it to me because you said I was your granddaughter, but I'm not, and I don't want to take from you because it's not fair.
That's very honest of you, dear. That's very kind. Thank you very much. I just get so forgetful sometimes.
It's okay, we all do.
You're very good to old Herb. I appreciate it.
Good night.
Good night. And Herb manages to drift off to sleep,
Oh.
smiling.
Money.
It's real
Oh,
gold.
everyone.
We almost had a mood for a good 10
It was
seconds.
great. I saw it and I went.
I'm not having that.
I'm just pleased it wasn't me that ruined the moment.
Yeah. Makes a change.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have your opportunity later.
I'm sure. Anyway, Damerus, you keep an eye out, looking out over the. It's a windy night, but the you managed to keep a watch out, and no one passes. You're all fairly sheltered from the wind here. Nothing of interest happens.
I will tap Esther.
No.
Go to bed.
Modded 20.
Modded 20. You keep a watch out, and again the wind. Of course, having watched Ren and everyone else for a good several hours, you're kind of a bit used to the evening chill by this point. But it's still very cold. Even Peakstock is not the warmest city, but obviously up here in the mountains, it's pretty cold. But you look out and you just sort of reflect on things and on nature and your new terrain, but nothing of interest comes along.
Wake up Drake, I guess, for last watch.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
You did say.
I did say. I hate saying.
You love saying.
I do
You're
love
so
saying.
good at
You
saying.
know me.
Make a perception check, please, Drake.
Oh, perception.
Yes.
-1. 6.
Ever watchful sharpshooter.
Okay.
I'm awake. I'm still awake.
Time passes. But you keep a watch out, and you can just see the sun rising over the distant eastern horizon, streaming in through some gaps in distant peaks far to the east. But you do not see anything. You sort of...
Question. Do I not see anything because there's nothing there?
Mhm.
Or do I just see nothing because there is something there and I'm an idiot?
Yes.
Excellent.
But you turn around and you go to wake everyone up. The fire has long since died down to nothing. But you look and you see that Ren has gone.
Oops.
You just see a note underneath a stone by the fire that says that is addressed to all of you by name. It says, "Dear Drake, Vela, Damerus, Ester, and Herb. So wonderful to meet you all last night and talk with you. I always like making new friends. Sorry I left this morning, but adventure was calling. I hope to see you again. Ren, your friend."
What a lovely fella. Right, everyone
Make
get
a
off.
constitution. No.
Oh god, no!
Yeah.
How does he spell his name?
REN.
I start waking people up.
Oh no, Ren has left.
Oh, what a shame. He was a nice fellow.
Getting there. A little more feeling into it next time, and you'll really convince people.
Ren has left.
We'll work on it. Better, but we'll work on it.
I'm gonna go find the horses.
Okay. The horses were sort of tied up and where they were able.
Oh, Dad.
Who's done this?
No. But the horses have been tied up and they woken up and are sort of shuffling around a bit. They look at you as you approach.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
Did you see Ren leave? He's gone. Ren's the guy, the other human person thing.
No.
Good talk.
I go to see the dwarves. I'm excited.
It's very, very basic communication.
Now it's
but they do like the script. So you tie the two horses back onto the cart and start making your way along the path. Who is your driving? Yeah. Okay. Make a dexterity check for me, please, with proficiency.
Sweet. 26.
26. No. So you guide the road. Obviously, mountain passes. It's getting there is one single road basically that is a couple of offshoots, but there's very clearly one main road that is leading your destination. Mostly a lot of switchbacking, but climbing higher and higher up this peak, and time passes, and you suddenly get higher and higher up in the mountain paths. What are you all doing?
Driving.
I'm just looking around, seeing what I can see.
Yeah. I would also be just keeping watch on the road, making sure we're not being tailed or anything like that.
Okay.
Because
I've got
I'm
previous
paranoid.
Okay. Perception checks, please.
I also would like perception.
That's better.
13.
18.
14.
8.
Okay.
0. Not watching.
Yeah.
Just ran.
So, Herb, Vela, and Ester, you're all sort of looking around this unfamiliar terrain, looking around, seeing the various mountain passes, the various valleys, the various mountain streams that are running through the area, and it is getting very cold, particularly I imagine for you, Herb, dressed as you are.
Breezy.
Yeah, very much so. Damerus, you're looking around. Also another question. Drake is up front.
Yeah.
Is anyone else
I'm
up front?
humming the tune from last night.
Yeah. Who else? Is anyone else up front, or is everyone else?
I'll let us just sit at the front. I'll just be
Yeah.
sat on the back. I'm literally watching the back of the car.
Cool.
I just don't understand why you have to humour every stranger we come across.
He's just being friendly, and he gave us food.
I could give you food. I've got food. We don't need food from anyone else.
Well, I mean, he didn't do us any harm, did it?
Yet.
What do you mean, yes? Not everyone we meet is a psychopath.
No.
Then why does it matter if we're friendly?
I just don't think we should have to talk to everyone we meet. I just don't see why.
We'll talk about this at home.
When we get back, we're going to have a serious
Ooh, that is a weird couple. But Damerus, as you're, being determined to keep an eye out, making sure you're not being followed, you don't notice anything on the road. Things seem to be fairly quiet at the moment. This doesn't seem to be a very busy road, despite it being the only one that leads up this way, which is odd. However, Damerus, in your watching, you glance up at one point, and you can see way up above a pair of large shadows that are sort of flying across the sun, flying across the clouds, bird-shaped,
Large.
Sorry?
Large.
Large, yes. And getting
Start-
larger.
Yeah, I start tapping everyone. I think we have something, trouble. Up. Everyone, eyes up.
Ah, you bastard.
And you can see these two large shapes almost as you all look up.
Giant eagles of doom!
Yeah.
Two giant eagles of doom. You
Called
predicted.
it.
You called
You
it.
called it, Mr. Murray. And they are diving down towards you. Ladies and gentlemen, roll initiative.
Shibon.
Hate crows!
Oh, halfling. Thank Christ.
I
I'm
don't-
lucky, so that's good.
I don't know who that is.
He's an old fella. He's an old fella.
Terrible.
That's
20.
good for you.
It's not good at all.
Also 20.
So excited.
Ooh, both 20.
Yes.
You've got
I think
super
I've got higher dex, don't I? Because you're on 19? Your dex? Yeah, I'm 20.
20, because halflings. So both
Runs in the
20.
family. He's just a little bit older than I am.
Anybody above 20? 20 to 15. 15 to 10?
14.
14. Ladies.
5.
2.
Very good.
No.
Thanks!
Pretty much. Pretty much.
The bird lady of Peak Stock strikes again.
Can't think of the name.
If I were especially cruel, I would just be tempted to make that your action. Bella, you just going, bird! Anyway, yes, these two very large forms are diving down towards you, getting closer very, very fast. But Drake, thanks to Damerus' warning, you are up first.
Sweet. How close are they to each other?
They're actually given that they're very large birds and they have a very large wingspan. They're about 20 feet apart.
Bastards. I'll just shoot the one then. I shoot at one.
Okay.
The closest one, the
Sure.
one in the lead. Would a 16 get me?
16 does hit.
Sweet, I'm gonna make it explode. So that's 7 normal damage,
7 more damage.
which is piercing, I believe, for this, and
Yep.
then another 4 force damage as it explodes.
Okay, so you all watch, and none of you have seen this before.
Oh, I got a new trick for this one.
Unless, of course, you watched our pilot. And so Drake releases from your short bow.
Yeah, it has to be my short bow for this one.
Yeah. So he releases a shot from his short bow. It flies up into the sky, and then you're expected. You're like watching, and you're like, "Yeah, that's good. Of course, it's good." And then it hits the diving form of the eagle, and then a blast of bluish purplish energy erupts from this arrow, and you're all sort of like, it's still pretty far away, but it still makes you all flinch as you watch as the bird lets out a cry of pain as but it's continuing its dive nonetheless.
Cool. I'm gonna action surge and shoot it again.
Okay.
21.
21 hits.
9 damage.
9 damage. Another arrow released from the bow, and it's taken a couple of hits, and it's looking pained, but they're both still diving down at you.
For my movement, can I stop the cart
Yes.
and then get off and kind of put the cart between me and the birds? I am small.
As in, you want to hide under the cart?
Oh, well, yeah, kind
Okay.
of crouch down behind the side. I'm presuming, they're coming from behind, are they?
Yes.
So I'm presuming that at a certain point I can hide, kind of using the cart as cover, if not full cover, partial cover.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, yeah, behind the cart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, it's fine. Yeah, okay, I'll allow that.
Cool.
So that's your turn, Drake. Herb, you're up. Damerus, you will be on deck.
Oh, I'm not getting those arrows.
Away from
I'm
my
not
side.
gonna
Obviously, they're up.
They're probably about
off
60,
the
70 feet away from you at this stage.
Can I stand and hold my staff and hold my action ready to, as soon as they get within reach, to smash them in the head with a club?
Okay.
With my staff.
Yes, you can. Good to know. Okay, so at this point, these eagles are diving down at you faster than most any creature you've seen, and they are going to go for the small prey.
Damn it.
So, as Andy retrieves a Book of Doom,
The Book of Barath.
There you go.
toss it into the fire.
You still do it?
No, it costs £30.
Shit.
It's available on PDF form.
So, one of the giant eagles is the one that you shot is diving down at you, Drake.
Oh.
The other one is going to go for you, Herb. Herb, you may take your attack of opportunity.
I'm so gristly.
You tell him, Grandad.
23.
23 hits.
Sorry.
10
You're fine.
damage.
10 damage.
I'm going to spin some Kia.
Yeah.
Kia.
I'm just going to flurry blows this mother.
Do it now.
Flurry of blows, I believe, is it's a bonus action, is it not?
Yes.
Do I not get to do
You
that?
can't hold a bonus action, I'm afraid. You can only
okay.
hold the single action.
You can't.
So, like with a
Bird.
with a
The
with
one
a
attacking me, the one that hasn't been hit with arrows.
Yeah.
yes,
And then you smacked him on the head.
yeah.
Yeah.
And with a with a great keening cry, of, they are going to.
Is that a curse word?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a
Is it a
slur.
word?
It's not really a word. It's more just a cry.
Would you say it was more Cockney? Or...
An accent on it.
That's a 23 versus AC.
Do I have any bonus from the car?
Not really. They're coming at you from above.
Then yes.
That's 4 points of piercing damage as its beak digs into you. But its talons.
Could they not?
Well, maybe not. That's a 14 versus AC.
Yes, no, that's a miss.
So you, as its beak digs into your shoulder, you're like, and you sort of turn away and like try to protect yourself from its talons, and are able to sort of beat it back with your leather-armed armor. Herb against you. That's no, its beak. That's only an 11 versus AC.
No.
Dodge out of the way easily enough, as it's not expecting to be hit on the head with a staff. That, however, is a 23 versus AC.
Yeah, that's a big hit.
Yeah. So, as it rakes its talons into you, you take, 12 points of slashing damage.
You fuck.
Get
off my granddad.
And can I have you make a strength saving throw,
Oh
please?
shit.
Oh, 0 strength. Oh no, 14.
14. Okay. So, as this bird, it rakes, it clings its talons into you, into your shoulder, and it's trying to flap off the ground and sort of fly away from you. But you're able to grab the side of the cart. And just you're being it's.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
If by Isengard you mean no.
You mean your grave?
That's dangerously close for a reference. But it's sort of trying to pull you away. The other your eagle, when it sort of fails to grab you, it kind of flaps up a bit more, about 10 feet above your head. But the one
Does
on
he
Herb,
get an
it's
attack
trying
of
to.
opportunity if it's moved to 10 feet above his head from melee range?
No.
It's like they've got a flyby ability.
Yes. It's like I gave them the flyby ability because it makes sense for eagles. But you're trying to hold on, and you can feel yourself being lifted up. You're just about able to hold on to the side of the cart. But that is their turn. Damerus.
Okay. Seeing one grab onto Herb and having seen the crazy explosion. I actually closed my spell book. This isn't good. I would like to, standing behind Herb, take a bonus action to cast Flame Blade. Because I'm level 3 now.
Yes,
So I have that.
tiefling.
Because I'm a special tiefling. So yes, I haven't drawn my swords yet, so in my main hand I have now my big flame blade.
Okay.
And I would like to just make the one attack at the one that tried to take Herb. for
Yep.
a
Go
ride.
ahead. Make your attack roll.
Okay. It's not great.
No, but it's close to something that could have been worse.
It's a 12?
12. Unfortunately, this creature it's just like you watch as Damerus's hand almost sort of ignites and a long thin blade emerges from it, made of pure flame, and this creature, which, now that it's down actually by the cart, it is massive. It is, it's got a wingspan probably easily of 12 feet, and just massive long wings that kind of just take up the entirety of the cart. You're kind of all overshadowed by these wings. And Damerus takes a swing, tries to whack it on its back, but you're in the, massive flapping of the wings as it's trying to pull Herb away. It just whacks your hand aside with one of its wings, and the blow goes slightly off. Anything else, Damerus?
That is me, I'm done.
Ester, you're up. Vela, you're on deck.
I would like to cast my holy symbol and cast Bane on both of them, please.
Okay.
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. With a DC of...
With a DC of, I believe, 13. Yes, 13.
Doesn't matter, they both fail.
You say Golden Eagles being famously charismatic.
Yes.
They couldn't even cast a racial slur against us.
I cast
That's-
racial slur. It's amazing.
We will not be casting any sort of racial slurs. We do not approve of that.
The Book of Vile Darkness is not in this game. No nasty things like that, everyone.
No, there are plenty of other nasty things that can replace it. But yes,
That becomes a
they
gift, by the way, you do it.
but yes, they both fail. What sort of
Marvellous.
effect does your Bane take? What sort
So-
of visual stimuli happen?
So I want to hold up my symbol and squint at both of them and hold out my hands, and some kind of clouds of darkness will emerge and kind of fly towards them before coalescing around their head. And as they try and fight it off, it doesn't quite succeed, and it kind of sinks into them. They go, and they look vaguely like distracted and perturbed, almost like something is just wrong. And whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, they must subtract a d4.
So noted. Because
Oh, I've got
something
some no tricks, haven't we?
because something is wrong. Yep. So this energy coalesces around their heads, and they're kind of, shaking their heads in confusion and frustration. Vela, you're up. Drake, you're on deck.
Can I just reestablish exactly where everyone is in terms of...
So everyone, so Esther, you were up front. I believe you were up front with Drake. Drake has jumped out of the now stopped cart and is being harrowed by one eagle, which has a couple of arrows in it, and the third eagle is kind of sort of looming over the three of you. It's still got Herb in its talons, trying to pull him away. And you're kind of
Like
sort
my
of-
ex-wife.
you're kind of being overshadowed by this enormous bird. You, Herb, and Damerus.
Okay. I want to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Yay!
Useful.
Yes.
And I'm just going to yell at them, saying, "What are you doing? These are my friends! What's going on?" And I would also like to... no, don't worry. That's all. That's
Okay.
what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I just want to talk to them. What the heck's going on?
Make a persuasion check, please, Vela.
Let's roll this one. Oh. Persuasion.
You don't have any friends.
10.
10. Okay, good to know. Drake, you're up. Herb, you're on deck.
I'd like to drop my bow, draw my 2 new hand crossbows, and shoot both at the eagle.
Oh, character progression.
Yes!
Or at least inventory progression. Sometimes those are one and the same.
So, first attack, 26.
26, that hits.
So that's a whole 6 damage. Second attack, I'm going to re-roll that because I'm lucky. It's the
Fucking hell.
second natural one I've had today.
Fucking hell.
24.
24 hits.
And that's...
You can turn a natural 1
4
into a
damage.
24.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Turn that
impressive.
frown upside down.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, and
Kind
I need
of.
to keep bolts now as well.
Yes. Inventory progression. So, these you draw these hand crossbows, and it's obviously this eagle being so large and so close, it's very easy to hit. Very, very easy to hit. It cries out in pain now that it's got these 2 bolts and these 2 arrows embedded in it, and its chest is bleeding quite profusely. It's still alive, but it's not looking very good. Herb, you're up.
I'm still being attacked by this thing, right?
You're still. I would consider you grappled at this stage.
Okay, so am I able to sort of swing my staff around to try and get him off?
Sure, go ahead and make an attack roll.
24.
24 hits.
Like a boss.
Yeah.
10.
10, very nice.
I'd like to spend my key to do a flurry of blows.
Yes,
So
go ahead.
So it's 2 unarmed attacks, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna punch this mother. 24.
24, that hits.
Damn.
8 damage.
8 damage.
I told you, he kills things.
That's 9.
9 points of damage.
No, sorry, no, that's
Oh, 9 to
8
hit.
damage and 9.
So, sorry, 9 to, so 9 misses. You sort of you like whack it on the head again. It cries out in pain. You sort of manage to with one holding on with one hand, your other fist comes up and punches it in the chin, and it and you try to lash out with another kick, but its flapping wings just kind of get in your way too much, and unfortunately it just swings wide underneath it. Anything else?
Yes, as way of the Doddery Master,
Yes.
I can now. I think my flurry of blows. I can disengage and move 10 feet as part of a flurry.
It
of
does
blows.
automatically.
Automatically.
When you
So
use it.
can I do that?
It
Sort of
does.
squiggle out of
Yes,
his claw?
yes, I will say so. Yes, because that damage it would let go of you there. But yes, you sort of you're able to get out from underneath it, sort of ducking up, sort of curling down very low. Would you like to move anywhere? It's kind of kind of sort of looming over the entire back of the cart, really.
Yeah, not really. No.
Okay.
I just want
Just want to
Get
stop
him
being
off
held
me,
by it.
yeah.
Okay, good to know. So, so at this point, it's now their turn, and these eagles have been very badly hit and bloodied. And as you're talking to them, they start flapping their wings and start climbing higher and higher and higher up, and as they're flying away, they seem to be disengaging, not wanting to risk themselves any longer. But as they fly away, one of them, the one that was looming over you, Vela, just says, "You shall not have our eggs. They told you will take our eggs. You will not have them." And they just start to fly higher and higher away.
We've frozen them.
Well, fuck. Now we're the bad guys.
Well, I mean, they're gone, and I've got this cool.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
Yes, and look, I mean, I found this out. I just throw it, and it disappears, and then I.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Whoa!
it's
Are we
it's
out
pretty
of
cool.
initiative?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Are you telling us this?
Yeah, apparently they thought we were going to take their eggs.
Wait, what?
Alright.
That's not cool. Why would we steal their eggs?
I don't know, somebody told them that we were going to steal their eggs.
Oh, no.
they
Silly
were
birds.
just-
Eggs are for chicks.
Tenuous at best. 6 out of 10.
It's a 7 from me.
Probably it's for another round of the tournament.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Why do you need to
Well, we can't do that.
Well, it's not our
How
job
quickly
anyway.
do they grow?
Well, I imagine if they're that size, their eggs are probably
Yeah,
quite
but
large.
Like if the eggs hatched, like why would the tournament want them? Like it's only a
Raise
month
them.
away.
To raise them.
Yeah, but it's only a month away.
Yes.
So like, how big are they going to be in a month? Even if they
because-
hatch today.
The games are regular. Perhaps it's for next time.
Or maybe it's for a delicacy. There is that awful side as well. Well,
Either
let's...
way, who's telling the birds this?
Yes.
They implied that someone had told them. Maybe other birds, I suppose, but
That's fair.
Well,
I don't know.
let's keep going, and if we see them again, maybe we can.
But
Try
also,
and-
we can always try and talk to them before we attack them.
Well, that's true. If they,
I know they attacked us first.
yeah, I was going to
Yes,
say,
that was
if they're
that was
up
kind
for
of a
the whole-
defensive situation.
It's just as well you were here. Otherwise, you know,
For the next 9 minutes,
I
Damerus
probably
is
have shot at them if they
throwing
left.
the flame bed away and, like,
If only you'd acted slightly quicker.
until it runs out.
But they
It's
looked
like-
amazing.
Fair enough.
Did you see you just go?
Yeah, for like the next 9
Yeah.
minutes until the spell runs out, just like messing around with it, like, and then it stops. And like, all right,
That was freaking sweet,
it
man.
was pretty fun.
Ester applauds.
Thank you.
6.2, 6.4.
We back moving again.
Yeah, I guess we get on the car at this point.
So
I,
Is anyone
I,
hurt?
I
A
am.
little.
I got a couple of scratches.
Scratches.
You all
Took a
more
big-
than mine. Yeah.
Big grab.
yeah, you see
You're really
I
quite
took a
hurt.
big
quite
grab, yeah.
heavy
What's his name?
bleeding talon marks in Herb's shoulders.
Would we have a short rest?
It's a laser
over
hand
the
I
on
was
her
gonna say,
shoulder.
how far away are we?
So yeah, no. Over the course of the next, this occurred sort of not too long after you
Got back on the road.
not got back on the road. Yeah. So the another few hours go by.
What direction did the eagles fly off in? Obviously, I'm not going to see where they're going, but like, in terms of from us, are they going towards where we're going, or are they going back the way we came?
They sort of flew. They kind of just flew up, sort of to get flew up and then sort of over to get sort of out of your line of sight.
Okay.
To get sort of up above sort of the nearest bit of mountain that to get out of line of sight basically.
Can Herb take a short rest on the cart?
So yes, so a few hours go by, you are able to take a short rest. I'd say that if you want to take a short rest, Drake, someone else will have to drive.
Don't
Okay,
really-
well, I'll let someone else drive for an
I'll
hour.
drive.
While
She
Herb's
can't
doing
talk to the
that,
horses.
Yeah.
I'd like to use my medic feat to help him out healing. During a short rest, I can clean and bind wounds up to 6 willing creatures. I have to make a medicine check. On a success, you get max roll for one of your hit dice. So medicine check.
With the DC on.
Natural 20.
God damn.
You get a
No.
max roll for one of
Yes.
your hit dice.
Lovely. So that's 12.
Does that
So
apply
that's
for
full.
other short resters as well?
What's
What's
your
as
con
many
mod?
as
Is your con
willing
mod
creatures?
4?
Hmm?
Is your con mod 4?
3.
So you should get 11 then, because your hit dice is an 8, a D8, isn't it?
Yeah, I rolled one, it was 4, and then Sarah did a check,
Oh,
and I
okay.
get full one, so I get 12.
But you also
Which
get
is
con
yeah.
mod on it as well.
What are my hit dice?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How many years have you been?
Yeah.
Alex Patterson learns the rules.
He was my first
We had
DM.
that realization.
He was my first DM as well.
It was 4th edition, it was a different time.
And I don't believe you've ever done it again.
Correct. Not traditional D&D. You've DM'd a couple other games for me.
Anyway,
Things
Vela,
are weird.
make an animal handling check for me, please.
I also wanted to use the remaining 9 minutes of my speak with animals to just kind of have a convo with them.
Okay.
Animal handling.
As you're throwing
Animal?
your sword.
Yeah.
23.
23. Yeah. Okay. No, easily. You're with between actually talking to them and guiding them. You're able to take charge of driving whilst Drake has a rest in the back.
Did you? So you just had scratches, right? Have you sorted yourself out? No problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd use my second one because I get that back.
Because I can easily just
Yeah.
you do medic on you as well.
I don't even need to use my hit dice. I only took a very minor scratch.
yeah.
Cool.
I can use my second one before I take my short rest. To get that, because I get that back on a short rest. So.
Very well.
You both love and hate it when players know the mechanics incredibly well.
Would you rather we didn't know how the game worked?
Those are your options.
Yeah, but you just bring a quality that can never come from Andy Murray.
Oh,
I've always said that.
this is my flat.
Technically, yes, but that's no excuse. So Vel- yeah, you talk to the two horses as you go along, and they're like, oh, wait, you can talk to us now, but properly.
Yeah, only for a little bit though.
Oh, how does that work?
Magic.
Magic?
I got taught how to do it by the elves.
Oh, really? Have you ever heard of that? No, I've never heard of that before.
Have you ever
Interesting.
heard of the game horse?
Okay. No.
It's quite easy. All you need to do is when you see a horse, you say horse. And we count up all the points, and whoever has the most horses at the end wins.
Oh, wait, so... Horse.
Oh.
Horse.
Man.
Horse.
No.
Horse.
Wait.
Horse. Time passes.
No. Only one horse. Like, you can only point out one horse.
How many?
Each. As in, you can only... What? When
None of
you
us
see
can
a horse,
understand
you can
anything.
only get 1 point per horse.
Sorry, you've lost me.
It's okay, don't worry, we'll play a different game. Called
rock.
called Halfling.
Is that like horse?
It's like horse but pointing at halflings.
Oh. No.
You're in the back.
No,
know.
can't say anything. Do you always do this?
Yeah.
Hmm. Elves are weird. I know, right? Oh well, nice day. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Time passes.
So for that, like 10 minutes, you go. What is she doing?
Pretty much, but then you've seen her. You've seen her have a 10-minute or so sort of conversation that consists of
It's true.
Well, the
We only have
horses-
her word to go on that she's actually talking to them as well.
Yeah.
She just might be making it up completely. Sorry.
Well, the horses were playing horse, where they're both just making the exact same kind of.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think she broke the horses.
Star, star, star. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. Anyway, so yes, time passes. A few hours go by as you climb higher and higher, and eventually you reach a turn in the road. And
I'm still back in the driving seat at this point.
if you want
No.
it,
Not yet. You can sit next to me.
like
Yeah, that's fine.
like you sort of you climb up front, but she seems to be doing a very good job. But yes, you turn a corner and you can see
Halfway.
before you.
You don't know.
you don't know. She was.
No, I just announced what race I am. Whatever I mean. Halfling. It's easier for Granddad. He forgets.
So you look out and you can see stretching around on the path to the left. You see sort of far beneath you. There is a very large and open valley, which is very heavily forested, good several hundred feet down. And you look across the way, and you can see what looks to be your destination. You see a mountain peak that you can see, even from this distance, has several holes cut into it, and you can see emerging from out of this large mountain peak. You can see holes in the mountain which have what, even from this distance, look to be pathways, look to be balconies. It's hard to make out the exact details from this distance, but there are lots of them dotted around this entire thing. You can also make out in front of this mountain peak a large set of double doors. A large set of wooden double doors in front of which is a large stone bridge. This stone bridge crosses this very large chasm, and at your end of this stone bridge, just on the path leading up, is a what looks to be a gatehouse covering this bridge. You drive up forward and eventually come to a stop.
Did you say that was at a fork in the road?
Sorry?
Did you say that was at a fork?
No, that's at a turn in the road. Yes, you come up to the gate, pull the horses to a stop, and you hear a voice calling down from up above. Right, hail there, friends. You come over from Daymar, have you?
That's the one, yeah.
You have papers?
Yes, my friend in the back there.
Yes. Here they are.
And he sort of takes a look. Yeah, fine, okay. What is your business here in Corvoshold?
We're here to see Berden. I think his name was. Is that was his name?
Berden? Yes, I
Berden?
think so. Berden.
Berden.
Yeah.
My pronunciation is awful.
Yeah, that's fine. On what business?
We're helping him get some of them beasties for the games and things.
Oh, mercenary work, is it?
That's the one, yeah.
Very well. Everything seems to be in order. 12 blessings and welcome to Corvoshold. Open the gates!
And to you, thanks very much.
And the large wooden doors open and you continue across the large stone bridge. You look back, sort of behind you, you can see several. This gatehouse is manned by quite a lot of dwarves. But you come up to the main entrance to these big, large double doors. Some maybe 30, 40 feet tall. Several guards in heavy armor standing outside. They sort of give you all a once over. Nod. Open up the large wooden doors. Massive creaking sound as these doors are pushed open. And you drive forward and you look inside and you can see very surprisingly open area. Actually, you can see this. Looks to be a roadway that leads sort of further into the mountain, but it's surprisingly open. You can see lots of the various places, streets, the buildings on a street, so forth, so to speak, seem to be carved into the side of the rock. You can see what look to be shops, the general sort of hustle and bustle of people moving around. The inside of this parent city is lit by torches, but not just by torches, ever-burning ones. You look and you see in the center a very large, tall metal post, at the top of which is some sort of light. Light is being emitted from the top of this post. You take a look and you see what looks to be some sort of crystal sitting atop this post that is emitting a very bright light, in addition to all the torches around, that is emitting light throughout the area. There is a great deal of hustle and bustle around this place as you move a little further into the city. Mostly a dwarven population, you see, of people going about their business. But you also see halflings, you see gnomes, the occasional sort of humans and other sort of species, but dwarves and gnomes and halflings tend to be the biggest makeup of races. What would you like to do?
Does anyone know where this Berden guy is?
Yep,
Yes.
in the tavern.
Yes.
Where's
The
the
Maker's Grail.
Yes, the Maker's Grail. That's
Sweet.
it.
I'm glad other people are remembering things. Wait, where is that?
Let's slow down. I'll just lean off the side of the cart and just kind of try and catch someone's attention. Excuse me.
Hello, yes, you see a rather elderly-looking dwarven woman. Hello, yes.
Hi there, madam. Do you know perhaps where the Maker's Grail is?
The Maker's Grail. Oh, yes, I do know where that is. I think if you continue down this path here, follow it forward for maybe 10 minutes, you should come to a fork, turn left, heading up. You'll head out. You don't look like you've been here before, but the path continues sort of outside the mountain as well. Just follow it ever so slightly round, and you should see it very close to the opening there on your left.
Right, you got that?
Yes, perfect. Thanks
Great.
very much.
Thank
You
you.
might want to find somewhere for that cart. I don't think there'll be much room.
Oh, Stables on the way, perhaps? Sorry to put all this on you.
Right over there, Mike. That's
Oh, right you are. Yes, thank you, madam. Have a good
not
day.
at all. 12 blessings.
And to you.
Yeah. I go very slowly over the tables.
Quickly, to the stables!
I imagine every time I start, I do like a proper full flow
Yeah.
but I always hold the reins so I don't actually I just make a look.
Okay, so you lead over to some stables and you see a big looking dwarf, you know, very muscular, very heavy, stout, shall we say, as dwarves are wont to be, and he's like standing out front, carrying some what looks to be a very large hay bale on his shoulder. And he goes, "Oh, good morning."
Morning. We were wondering if we could keep the cart here for, I guess, a couple of days. We don't know how long we'll be here.
Yeah, couple of days, you say?
Probably.
Okay. And he drops the hay bale down. With the Paradise. Goes, where are you staying?
Well, I presume it'd be the Maker's Grail.
Yes.
That one?
Oh, I know. Yeah, fine. For what? 1 day, 2 days? Horses?
We
as well?
don't know. Can we? Yeah. Could we just leave the horse and cart with you and then just pay up when we're leaving? Because it might be one. It may be three.
We'll put some
Yeah,
a
we'll put
deposit
deposit
down.
down.
We'll pay you some gold now, of course, and then if it turns out that we haven't quite paid enough, we'll pay you the remainder when we leave.
Fair enough. Let's call it for the 1 day for feeding horse, for the horse feed, for the storage of carts, storage of horses. Let's call it 8 silver pieces.
Sure. I'll get it out of our.
Yeah, I was gonna say you still have the party. Don't
Yes,
you?
I do. Yeah, I'm out of the party gold. Give them 8 silver.
He takes the sales. You're from Damer, are you?
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
all right, isn't it? You don't. We don't
No,
touch
it's perfectly fine. Just
Yeah, we're actually part of the Golden Sales Russian company. I know it's a weird name. I didn't make it.
We didn't choose it. We just
That's-
worked there.
well, don't know how you folks do things down south. Not my business. But and he pockets the money. And goes, well, can assure you they'll be well kept.
And we can just come back here and get them when we're.
Do I believe that they will be well kept?
Absolutely, he says. Make an insight check.
The horses particularly. Move your dads.
I'm sorry. Oh my. You'll see into his very
21.
soul.
21. You see into his very soul. He
Hello, soul.
Beats his wife.
But the horses.
hello, soul, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. No, he seems an honest man. You can judging from the brief time you've interacted with him, he's seems to be very hardworking. He's not really sort of stopped doing stuff as he's been talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see make out inside sort of an opening. Again, all these buildings are kind of carved into the mountain itself, and you can see a whole bunch of different horses in there. But you get a positive impression from them.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, plus we've marked the cart, so no one can take it. And if they
That's
do,
true, yeah,
then
we
we'll-
The symbol of me and your name in Infernal.
Yeah.
It's Damerus and Co. in Infernal.
Yes. So, he nods to you and goes, well, I've got to get back. Have a good day.
Of course.
So, all
and-
blessings.
and to you, sir. Right.
We'll follow the instructions and go to the Maker's Grail, I guess, unless anyone wants to do any shopping or something on the way.
I mean, maybe let's get into the tavern first, then we can at least know that we have a bed for the evening, and then we can do a bit of exploring if we don't have to meet this gentleman straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the only tavern in town?
It's the one we're meeting him at. I doubt in a
I
place this big.
sincerely
it's the only
doubt it
one.
in a dwarven city that
Is
it's
the guy
only
still
tavern.
there?
Yes.
Yes. Excuse me.
Yes, young miss.
Are there many taverns in this town?
I mean, yeah, there's quite a few. There's some over here, some over around the North Peak, variety of places.
And the Maker's Grail, is that one of the larger?
It's about medium size, I'd say. It's a nice enough place.
Thank you.
Hmm?
What you thinking?
Nothing. I'm not thinking about where Ren's going to be. Why would you say that?
If you'd like, we can. If we have some time, I guess we can have a.
Are you trying to find or avoid the map?
Neither. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Right, you are. Well,
Trying to make her straight
that
about
lady
it.
said it was going to be about a 10-minute cart ride, so this is probably a 30-minute walk or so. Let's take it nice and leisurely.
So, you,
Horse.
So,
You're okay, why are you sad?
Because I'm meant to be the best at it.
oh dear, what have we started? So,
I'm just going to point out every single one I can say. Horse, 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 horse.
That was... That's technically a pony. Oh. Sorry, it's a horse.
Saying horse or dwarves? There's a lot of dwarves around here.
What do the passers-by think of this?
like, of Vela playing horse, you mean?
Do they think she's saying dwarf?
Oh, no. No, they don't, but you do get a few funny looks. Anyway,
That's
Apparently
fair.
we're playing horse as
I'm,
we go.
I'm
So.
used to that.
yeah. True, very
Who
true.
wins?
Sorry.
Who wins at horse?
Both of you make perception
Yeah,
checks.
What do you mean, who
contested
wins
perception
at horse?
rolls. Amazing.
Oh. Could have called that. Horse. I'm the best at it.
23.
7. Is that how many we get?
Sure.
It's like playing a game with someone and then realising actually they're a professional.
Literally, she went, it's my game.
So, time passes.
That one's on a roof. How did you even see it?
There's
How
also,
did
Why
they
is it
get
up
there?
there?
there's also some there's also some horses on tavern signs and other things.
Totally counts.
Yeah. So you start wending your way through the city, and you see it's a reasonably busy time. You reckon it's probably about midday or so, around that sort of time. There's people, various individuals hawking wares from their various shops that are built into the rock face. You see more of these torches and more of these tall posts with the crystals on top of them, lighting the area. You wend your way through. At one point, you pass a group of individuals who are dressed in heavy white robes. Who are sort of walking with their heads bowed, all dwarven, sort of walking around with their heads bowed, monk-like, monk in the religious sense, that is.
Are they wearing robes of Torark?
Some of them are, yes. Some of them are, yes. Some of them are wearing more sort of. You and Esther, you notice various symbols around their neck, and you see some symbols that are of mallets and large hammers that are commonly used symbols of Torark the Grand Builder. Others you see are more generic symbols of the 12. Representing the entire pantheon, but they are sort of walking through the streets, chanting in very low voices. People, give them a wide and respectful berth. People, some as they walk past, some sort of bow their heads and 12 blessings, sort of mutter to them as they walk past. Eventually, you come to a fork in the road. You turn left. The right-hand fork sort of leads down further on, but you turn left. You walk past past more shops, past more houses, and you come to, you see before you as this passage twists and turns, open sky. There is a very large opening in the mountain face, and you walk out onto a sort of balcony, which is open to the elements and open to the sky. It's covered and protected by a little wall, by a safety balcony. But it's very short little semicircle. You turn, come round, and you see pretty much immediately on your left as you walk back inside the mountain. You see what looks to be a tavern with you see the sign outside is just an individual holding a very fancy-looking chalice that is glowing a little bit.
I guess this is the
Maker's
place.
Grail?
And the sign doesn't say the Maker's Grail.
Horse!
Yes.
No, wait, that's a goat.
And it is.
You're not very good at this game, are you?
No, you're
So
not.
shut up, I'll get it. Stupid goat.
Do you want me to explain the rules again?
No. I've got 7 of them.
Aw. I got 3 times as many.
Shut up.
So,
We head inside.
you head to it. It's fairly busy. Low-ish ceilings, not like super low, but like Damerus, you're fine. It's not
Old school.
Yeah, it's not specifically designed for just for dwarves. Most buildings of these are intended to accommodate a lot of individuals. A dragonborn or a Goliath or a much taller race could probably reach up and touch the ceiling, but you guys are fine. Yes, it's quite busy. There's a lot of drinking, merrymaking, and eating of food. Everyone seems to be, you expect this sort of attitude and vibe of the tavern to happen in an evening, but so to see it in the middle of the day is a little peculiar. But yes,
What time of the day is it?
it's about just gone midday. I'd say it's called about 12:30.
These are my kind of people.
Right. Well, table, drinks, rooms,
And lunch.
and lunch. Yes.
Shall we then? Yeah.
Yes. Let's. Any free tables around? If it's kind of busy in here.
Make a perception check.
Not very good.
14.
That is 7.
7.
5.
Food, you say?
8.
8.
Let's do this.
Damerus, you don't notice anything, but Drake, as you're looking over to the other side of the tavern, you can see what looks to be a group that are just getting up to leave, and you kind of wend your
I got it.
wend your way through, and you sort of just managed to get there first before a couple of heavy-looking dwarven workers who come over and damn it, and they walk off.
Sorry, fellas.
We scurry over.
But yes, you managed to grab a table.
Cool. Yeah.
Piers, you have to go up to the bar if you
yes.
want. If you want this.
Ale.
This one
Yeah.
called a lunch ale.
Yes. And I guess
beer.
whatever food they have, if they have a vegetarian option, of course. Yes, too. Right. Okay. I think I have enough hands for all of this. Let's go.
Would you like some help?
Yes, please. That would be great.
Subtleties I don't know.
Esther takes her shield and uses it as like a tray.
So smart.
So, two of you are at the bar, and
So what did the horses say?
Not much. We played horse.
You played horses with the horses.
Yeah.
Were they good at it?
I don't think they quite got it.
Was
They
I
kept
better
looking
than
at each
them?
other and, well, yeah. They just looked at each other and said horse.
Oh, that's cheating.
I know. I know. I tried to explain, but I didn't get it. Oh, well.
how does Herb react to this inane conversation?
I was not listening.
How's Herb been doing? He's been very quiet? Has he just been sleepy?
Distant,
Or
but fine. Yeah.
Is he
sort
feeling
of
melancholy?
Yeah,
So on for it.
just sort of a lot of staring into the distance and angst.
Old person angst, very different from teenage angst.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's age.
Goodbye,
Like a
goodbye,
fine
goodbye, goodbye.
I'm just going to put my arm around him. I'm just going to
You're right, Grandad.
squeeze.
I'm okay. Where's those ales at?
I think they're taking some time. Meanwhile, at the
At the bar.
Not now. So, Damerus and Ester, you walk up to the bar. You see a very plump dwarven bloke at the bar. Very similar to me, I suppose. You know, very sort of thick, overgrown black beard and hair.
No, this is going to work. We'll just put the tankards. I know it's slightly
No,
curved.
I
but
think it might work, actually.
they'll fit.
Good afternoon. sir.
12 blessings to you, travellers. How can I help you?
So
What can I
listen,
do?
we need. How many of us are there?
I don't know why you're looking at me. I'm talking about horse over
No,
the
that's,
table.
I'm looking at the physical people, so Damerus can remember the fictional people. We need 5 ales and
5 ales.
Best make it 6.
yes,
It's easier. Drake will need one.
That's true.
very
6
quickly.
ales,
6
please.
ales.
Have you got any food going?
Yeah, we got plenty of food. We've got some goat.
That sounds great. 4 of those, 5 of those. Do you have anything vegetable based or anything sans meat?
I'm sure we can cook up some carrots and stew those together.
Great. Yes.
take it-
What
take-
one of those? Yes, please.
One of those, sure. And so that's 6 ales, 5 of the goats, stews, another one of the vegetables. Anything else?
We need rooms.
Yes.
Rooms. How many rooms?
We need to.
2?
Yes,
Should we
we need to
let's-
sleep 5.
Yes.
So
Depends on the size of your rooms, I suppose.
Sleep 5 and 6.
Oh,
Never mind.
we have one very hungry and one vegetarian. So
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well, let's see. 2 rooms. Yeah, you can probably fit three of you in a room. It'll be a little cozy, but I think you can manage it.
right.
I can see to it a bed gets moved around.
wait, did we get Vela a hobby?
Oh.
Do you have any board games?
Best call it 3 rooms. one of them. The one bed that you were going to move that can stay by itself. I think.
Fine. 3 rooms, 6 meals, 6 drinks. How long are you planning to stay?
We'll call it a couple nights for now, or pay for a couple nights up front. We may end up staying longer or leaving earlier, but we'll obviously let you know.
Okay, sure.
The difference.
So let's see. 3 rooms, 2 nights. Let's call
Can we
that.
have a tab, perhaps?
Tab? Sure.
Might be easier.
Sure. I am going to need payment for all this up front.
That's
but,
fine.
But you're happy to. But you're happy to more than welcome to start tab. Let's see. That's half. Call that.
I feel like this is going to cost us a lot of money.
No. It's just a lot. Just a lot at once, mate. I'm not good at the maths.
Oh, right, of course.
He's trying to remember how many horses he's seen at the same time.
So 2 nights. So let's call that. Let's call that 3 golds, 8 silver, 5 copper.
I'll just give him 4 gold pieces.
4 pieces.
And keep the change.
Oh, thank you.
You
come from Damer, have you?
Oh, yes. I forget our money's different down there.
Thrones.
Yes, we're here to... Well, we're creature hunting for the games.
The Cloudburst.
Yes. That's it.
See if I can make it down myself there this year.
Well, you may see some of our compatriots, not us, we're more of the reserved kind, but some of our compatriots may be competing.
Well. Stormbreaker's luck to you.
Oh, thank you, sir. We are sat just over there, the 2 halflings and the Eladrin.
I see it. Yep. I'll get someone to bring it out when it's ready.
One other
you.
thing. Do you know a dwarf called Berden?
Berden.
Yes.
You got a second name?
Big red hair. Big red beard. Missing a finger. Berden.
missing a finger. I don't know someone like that off the top of my head, but if someone comes in, I'll send him your way.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I love that Ester's letting us social cues for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Right then, so let's carry this
This
back.
is going to work.
Yes,
so
it
if
is.
you put one of the tankards.
Yep.
And
we carry the curved shield full of beads back to the table.
Okay, so it's you get so they come back with a light beer this time, a pale ale.
Ah, you're the best.
You can thank Esther. She was the smart one here.
Thank you. Getting there. What have you done? I'm teaching.
There should be some stew in a bit.
Sweet.
Goat for most of us, and vegetable broth for yourself.
Thank you.
he didn't know who Dermot was,
Yes.
but if he sees anyone with
Do you mean Berden?
yes, yes, is that what I?
I think you said.
You did say Berden.
Yes, you did.
Good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I imagine that you said Berden.
Yes.
Careful. So, a few minutes go by. Food comes. It's very, very thick stew, but very hearty, as one would expect from such a cold
Very
climate.
bread with this.
Horse.
Like
No, goat.
I think
it does come with rolls. Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Horse.
not sweet rolls, just rolls.
Oh.
Someone's stolen all the sweet rolls. Dangerously close to our reference. And the ale is very. It's good stuff. It's very strong. Stronger than you would expect. Ooh.
How did that happen?
This
Oh.
Oh,
But the ale is it's very, very strong, but very good. So, an hour or so goes by, and you're
Just finishing off my second.
these. Everyone else who's frequenting the bar, do they look like they're workers on their lunch break? Do they look like they're just day drinking?
make an insight check.
Ooh. I can do. No, I can't do that.
Hot diggity damn.
Oh, 10.
10. You've been thrown into a sort of a social confusion in the past couple of days, Esther. You've not really entirely certain. You're learning so many new things about small talk and about clicking at people, and it's hard to tell. You're not 100% sure, but it does look like. But you can discern that there do seem to be a variety of people in the bar, sort of.
Spice of life.
Yes. So about an hour goes by, and eventually an individual approaches, and red hair, big red beard, and you do. In fact, again, probably everyone but Drake does notice that he appears to be missing a finger on his right hand, but he looks.
What?
Well, he looks very, and you see this individual as he approaches is like his face is dirty, and his clothes are a little bit ripped. He looks to be a bit harried, and he comes up to you and goes, "Are you the Golden Sails?
Yes, that's us.
Durman sent you.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm Berden.
Nice to meet you, Berden. What happened to you, if you don't mind me asking?
Are you hurt?
Have you come straight from work, or?
I'm not trying to be funny, but I need a drink. What can I get all of you?
I'd have another ale, please.
Yes, please.
What you drink? Serpent Tooth looks like.
Yeah, whatever. It's
I
great. Whatever. it is.
I forgot to ask.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, right, fine. All of you?
Water for me, please.
Water. Fine. Back in a minute, and he shuffles up to the bar, comes back a few minutes later, comes back with 6 tankards he puts down for,
When he goes up to the bar, is anyone like paying him extra attention in the place?
Doesn't seem to be. No.
I quickly finish off my stew.
But he comes back a few minutes later with more drinks. He puts down the ales in front of you and the water in front of you, and you can see he's sat there with something like that's giving off quite a pungent odor. It's like sort of takes you all aback. It's this thick, bubbly, like sort of like and like not bubbly in sort of the champagne sort of sense, but like it's like it's like yeah, exactly,
like,
very yeah,
gross, like bubbles in treacle.
Yeah, pretty much, just a really thick grey looking liquid.
What's that?
Spore bubble.
I think you can get a cream for that.
Yes.
And he takes a drink of it and it's like, oh, there we go. And it's
Yeah, but what is that?
it's you know I've had it before. Mind you, I suppose you wouldn't. It's an acquired taste. It's a mushroom wine from out east. It's very thick, it's good, but takes some getting used to. I used to hate it, but well.
But you powered on through, eh?
Well, yeah, exactly, and it gets the job done. Situations like this.
What is the situation?
Well, it's good that you got here, I must say. It's not good. I have, how much did Durman tell you? Do you know why you've come? You know what you're doing?
We're going to meet a basilisk.
Collect, but yes, meat.
Among other things, but yeah, basilisk, one of them.
One of them.
We're collecting beasties for you. Isn't that the thing for the Cloudburst games?
Kind of, and it's mostly a transport job. Taking in, I'm from a bit further east than this. I'm from Brandishold. We've got a couple of stops to make, but I've got a method of transport. We're transporting various creatures that we've captured, having to pick up a couple more, perhaps on the way, but bringing them back to Peakstock eventually for the games. But none of you you're all Damerus, aren't you? You're not no Durmandans here,
Well, we're all from the south, like we're
Yes.
all from the same day.
right? So I suppose that the children of the serpent, that doesn't mean anything to you.
Does it?
Does it?
Make anyone who wants to make a history check.
15.
12.
11.
Let me do my numbers.
17.
8.
55.
I rolled so
12
badly
and
again.
11 was that?
This is my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. 17 and 14. 15, sorry. Okay, so the two of you,
Sofa buddy.
sofa buddies, sofa cat. Drake, you've heard this from stories from some dwarves that you helped once back down south. And Vela, you've heard of this because of your druidic background.
Backstory.
The children of the serpent are this small little fringe group based here in the Durmandan Clanship. They are a group of druids who live throughout the Ormundrus Mountains, where you now are. They are a group of druids who shun civilization and who shun cities and settlements and the like. They believe that the mountain range is a sacred place, and to defile it with settlements and the like is sacrilege. This said, they generally sort of keep themselves to themselves, and they're not sort of considered a particularly dangerous threat. to the clanship.
Kind of live and let live sort of policy.
Yeah.
Cool.
More trouble than it's worth trying to deal with them because they.
Yeah, they have power, but they don't. It's not like they go seeking out hiring people or anything like that. They
No,
have their
they-
own areas, and as long as you don't go
Yeah.
infringe on it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit. Yeah, you're,
Really.
yeah. I used to travel a bit down south, and we had some. Your kind of Durmandan people coming around,
Ah.
telling some stories.
Well. Look, I was travelling here. I had the overland route over from Brandishold, and my party, my caravan, got attacked by the Children of the Serpent.
Were you in their lands, like?
I mean, we were passing through on the roads here to Corvoshold. I mean, they kind of just appeared out of the trees. It's like it was on a road. It's the road between here and Andercold. It's the it's places. It's sorry, it's been a long couple of hours. They ambushed us on the road as I was travelling here from Andercold. Very commonly used road. People use it all the time. Never had any problems. Runs through the forest in the valley down below here. They came out of the trees, turned into these bears, wolves, other things, and they made off with a friend of mine.
It's unusual of them to attack, like, isn't it? I don't know, keep themselves to themselves. That's my understanding.
That's
anyway.
not really their style.
You've heard of the? Yeah, it's weird. I've never known. I mean, you have to understand. I've travelled all around the clanship. I've travelled as far as Borrainhold, pretty far east, and I've never seen them do anything like this.
And you sure it's true? It's like it's not just some freaky animal attack.
It was them. They were spouting some nonsense. I couldn't understand it myself, but they were speaking in some sort of weird language, and they took my friend. Her name's Shana, and she's a sweet girl. She's part of my business. I make a living finding these monsters and finding and harvesting their parts and capturing them and the like and other things. She helps me out. She's an alchemist. She helps me with the poisons and the poultices and the things that you need to keep them subdued. We need to get her back if we're gonna continue on this job. Without her, I can't guarantee I'll be able to keep the beasts under control.
That's fine. If she's in trouble, we're going to help you get her back. But
Thank you.
like you say, you're catching monsters and that. Any chance you were wondering that's why these serpent fellas are after you?
Frankly, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't transporting anything here. I was just, coming over here to meet you lot. And
So you hadn't done any capturing at that point, like around that.
I mean, not recently.
Right.
I don't know if they were targeting me specifically, if they've been doing this to everyone who comes that way. I told the guards, but I mean,
Did they say anything like?
nah. They said they'd look into it, but
They didn't say like, oh, you're the first or like the fifth guy who's had that story.
they didn't say. I mean,
The first guy, but they had the story 6 times.
what?
Nothing.
Inside joke. Don't worry about it.
It was dangerously close to a reference.
To ourselves, even.
That's dangerously meta, Sarah. Stop tapping on the fourth wall. But he's.
It's mind
Look.
tapping.
That's a reference to this episode. My God, the fourth wall. No.
But I mean, I don't know what in the God's names they're going to be doing to her, or whether they've taken her, or what. But
We just happened today, right? You were saying.
Yeah.
How about it? Well, then let's go.
Yeah, so we can go now.
Yeah. We've got everything booked. Let's go. If she's in trouble, let's go help her.
You sure?
We have horses. We have a cart. We can be out of the
We're not
city.
going to let
in
someone
half an
be in
hour.
trouble. Like, that's just silly talk.
God bless you. I don't. Well, horses and cart.
Or we can travel on foot. Whatever's easier.
That
I
might be
guess.
easier. I mean, getting a horses and cart down through the city down.
I mean, we're pretty well rested. We had a small run-in with some eagles earlier, but nothing to worry about. You look
yes.
a little bit more kind of scuffed up. Are you alright? Are you good to come with us?
Do you need
I'm
healing?
fine. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I
How-
don't
how-
want
How hurt is he?
to make a medicine check.
I love medicine check.
I love it.
Me too.
No.
Oh no,
Uh,
I
8.
hate it.
8.
It looks about an 8.
It's hard to tell. He does have his face is muddied and bloodied a bit, and lots of tears in his like he's wearing studded leather. But, a couple of sort of nicks in there, and other things from very large claws
Okay.
and the like.
Can I just do a medicine check with my medic feat, or just like try and? Because this would have been a short rest, right? That we were doing.
Over an hour, yeah, I guess.
That's kind of it will take some time,
Okay.
more so than a simple spell would. You can certainly do it, but just
Okay.
be aware that it will take a bit of time.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on him then.
Okay. At what level?
At first level.
Okay. Roll your d8 plus wisdom.
Da, da, da. 6.
6. Good to know. Okay. His some of his, you can, as you put a hand on his shoulder, and his wounds begin to close up a bit, and he takes a breath, and he's, whew. Right. Well, thank you for that. He still sort of looks, very sort of muddied and a bit harried, but he seems healthy enough. Goes, well, no time like the present. Let's go. And he downs his drink, slams it down. Oh. Sometimes I don't know why I drink that stuff. Come on.
I don't know why you drink it either. No matter how east we go, no one let me drink mushroom wine. That stuff looks disgusting.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste.
I'm definitely ordering some tonight.
Your head, mate. Right, let's go. And he leads you out of the tavern, and you start wending your way down back sort of around the outside, back towards that fork you came down previously, and just started sort of heading down. The it's as you're sort of heading down, following the path. There aren't too many sort of twists and turns through this path, there aren't many sort of forks, I should say, in this path, but it does twist and turn around a lot, and a lot of the place starts to look the same after a while. You're sort of all thinking to yourselves, how do they all navigate around here? But you make your way down over the course of about half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and you head down, and eventually you come to a as you're sort of heading down in a spiral almost at this stage. The decline becomes a lot steeper, and you're sort of going round and round and round, very much in a almost vertical direction, kind of like Edinburgh. You come to another sort of a smaller gate eventually at the bottom that is being guarded. Light is streaming in from outside from a portcullis in between the holes of a portcullis. guarded by a couple of dwarves. Again, in that same sort of very heavy armour. One of them looks you all over and goes, you heading out?
Yeah, the fella here, he's lost a friend of his, so we're gonna go find her.
Yes.
Oh. Well, be careful. We've got a few reports of strange things happening out there.
A few reports. Well, one of them was from this gentleman here. Anything that we should know about? Just general danger, or
Reports of some animal attacks, some other things.
These other things, they wouldn't be druids, would they?
We did have a couple of people mention something about that. Why is? That's it's the children of the serpent, officer. That's what happened to me. Them? They? Really? You sure? As far as I can be. Well, I mean, that's good to know. I mean, you all look like you can handle yourselves. Just keep your eyes open. I don't want to go out in the woods and find any corpses.
Thanks.
yes. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
That was a good pep talk.
It was. I mean, I personally try and avoid dying almost every day of my life. And now with that underneath me, I feel the vigour to continue doing so.
We talked about this, Damerus. This is how Inspector Grumpy starts.
Oh, I know.
Oh, and as he steps out, you step out into the open air. You see what looks to be a very open forest, or like with a clear path leading through, but like with a very sort of thick coniferous forest, covered in snow and ice. It's and you sort of, as you step out of it, you look far up above and you can just about make out the bridge that you came in across. It's very cold. There's wind whistling through this valley, but there is a path leading through away from this lower gate. You all start walking along this path. Can I have everybody make survival checks, please?
This is going to go super well.
Survive.
It's one of the few wisdom checks I make, but this is -1.
13.
6.
15.
Wow, with positive 15.
5
11.
plus 3.
So sorry, 5,
13.
13,
11.
11,
15.
15,
6.
6. Hooray. Berden, fortunately, as he walks out into the forest, he draws a heavy crossbow. Looks like
yeah. You could draw ours as well,
Yeah.
and then do the same.
He looks like he knows how to handle it. And
this crossbow.
and he starts wending his way forward. He kind of he sees you all sort of trying to sort of look around, and he just goes, "Follow me." I'm sorry, I didn't catch your names. I'm terribly rude. Berden Corkspeak.
Drake.
Vala.
Damerus.
Esther.
Herb.
Nice to meet you all. Keep your eyes open. And he just starts leading you off down the path and into this cold and eerie looking forest. And that is where we will end today's adventure.
Next time on MaudeWorld.
But it could prevent us dying, which I'm often told is desirable.